Hi. Hope
Hi.
everybody's doing well. This is called Olivia and the Easter Egg Hunt. One sunny morning, Olivia woke up bright and early. Today is Easter, she said. I better go wake up Ian so we can check out our Easter baskets. Don't worry, I'm awake, said Ian, who was standing in Olivia's doorway. I'll race you downstairs. Father, Mother, and Grandma were waiting downstairs with two big Easter baskets filled with treats. Happy Easter, they said. Happy Easter, replied Olivia and Ian. Ooh, a chocolate bunny, exclaimed Ian, digging through his basket. My favorite. Well, you'll have to eat it later, Ian, Mom said. We need to get going if we're going to make it to the great Easter egg hunt on time. Mom is right, said Olivia, setting her Easter basket down in front of the window. Ian reluctantly did the same, but first we need to come up with a team name. How about, started Father. I propose Team Olivia. Olivia broke in. Father chuckled. Team Olivia it is. Let's go, everybody. I can't wait to win this year, Dad, Francine said loudly as Olivia and her family walked past them at the park. The other teams are all there already, warming up and doing stretches. Mrs. Hoggenmiller was the grand marshal of the hunt. Ladies and gentlemen, she shouted through a megaphone, it's time to begin the great Easter egg hunt. Make sure you have your skates and helmets on because when the bell rings, the race will begin. Now, folks, this isn't your average Easter egg hunt, Mrs. Hoggenmiller continued. We'll be collecting eggs, of course, but you have to complete silly stunts to get them. The stunts will be 3 different locations. The winner of each stunt will receive an egg with a puzzle piece inside. The first team to collect 3 eggs can put the puzzle pieces together to find the clue that will lead to the Easter basket. The first stunt will take place at the supermarket. And then Mrs. Hoggenmiller rang the bell and they were off. Olivia and her family skated to the supermarket as quickly as they could. When they got there, Francine's family was already there, halfway through the first stunt. Welcome to silly stunt number 1, said Mrs. Hoggenmiller, the single-stranded spaghetti slurp, who will perform from Team Olivia. I'll do it, volunteered Ian. Go, Ian, cried Olivia as Ian started slurping away. Ian wins, Mrs. Hoggenmiller shouted when Ian finished up the last strand of spaghetti. Here is your first egg, Olivia, said Mrs. Hoggenmiller, and your next stop is the town library. Olivia's family made it to the library just in time to compete with Julian and his parents on silly stunt number
Daddy.
2. The running of the books.
So
To complete this stunt, you must run through the tire obstacle carrying a stack of books on your head, and then deposit the book in the box, Mrs. Hoggenmiller explained. I'll do it, Grandma volunteered. She carefully placed the books on her head and began making her way through the tires. Bonk, 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 bonk. Mrs. Hoggenmiller was doing a chicken impression to test the competitors' concentration. Luckily, Grandma practiced Tai Chi and was able to keep her balance perfectly. Congratulations, said Mrs. Hoggenmiller. Here is your second egg. Now it's on to the school gym. As Olivia and her family skated over to the school gym, Ian was having a hard time keeping up. Come on, Ian. There's only one more stunt to go, Olivia said encouragingly. Ian perked up. You're right. One more stunt. And then I get to eat my chocolate bunny. Silly stunt number
2,
3. What's called the hoop-de-loop challenge. You need to keep the hoop spinning for 1 full minute, said Mrs. Hoggenmiller. This one is mine, gang, said Olivia. Olivia, you're the best hoop-de-looper I've ever seen, declared Mother as Olivia expertly kept 5 hoops spinning and won the challenge. Mrs. Hoggenmiller handed Olivia the third egg. Now it's time to open your eggs. Put your puzzle pieces together and you'll be able to figure out where the Easter basket is. Ian opened the first egg. Inside was a puzzle piece with a picture of a wall on it. Grandma opened the second egg. This puzzle piece had a picture of a nut on it. Olivia opened the last egg and put out a puzzle piece with a picture of a tree on it. A tree? A nut? A wall, said Olivia. A wall, a nut, and a tree. But what do they stand for? Wondered Grandma. Walnut tree, exclaimed Olivia. The Easter basket is a walnut tree. But which walnut tree? Asked Father. There are lots of walnut trees around town. Look, there's the map on the back of the puzzle piece. Olivia said, the walnut tree is in the park. Team Olivia raced to the park and stopped suddenly in their tracks. The park was filled with walnut trees. I guess that's why they call it Walnut Tree Park, observed Grandpa. Suddenly, Perry ran over to one of the trees and started barking. Perry found something, shouted Olivia. Pick me up, Dad, Olivia said. Father lifted her up, and she grabbed a brightly colored Easter basket that was resting on one of the tree's branches. We found it, yelled Ian. Go Team Olivia, said Mother. The great Easter egg hunt is over, and the winner is Team Olivia, Mrs. Hagenmiller announced through her megaphone. Inside the basket was a big golden egg. There's a special surprise inside, said Miss Hagenmiller, but you should wait to open it until you get home. Ian was the first one through the door. When Olivia and her family arrived home after the Easter picnic, I finally get to eat my chocolate bunny, he said. He dug through his basket, but instead of pulling out a bunny, he pulled out a mushy blob of melted chocolate and foil. Oh no, it's all melted, cried Ian. Don't worry, Ian. You can have mine, said Olivia. But as she dug through her own basket, she discovered that her bunny had also melted. I guess we shouldn't have left them so close to the window on such a sunny day, Olivia said sadly. Olivia paced the floor, trying to think of a way to cheer Ian up. Remember, she spotted the golden egg in the Easter basket. And remember what Miss Hagenmiller had said about the surprise inside the golden egg. Olivia carefully pried open the egg, and a flood of chocolate bunnies spilled out. Yay! Exclaimed Ian, biting the ears off of one of the bunnies. Thanks, Olivia. Olivia passed out the chocolate bunnies to everybody. Great job today, Team Olivia, she said. I can't wait for next year's Easter egg hunt, Olivia said that evening as Mother and Father tucked her into bed. Maybe we'll get to travel between stunts by jet plane. I don't know where you get these ideas, Olivia replied her mother. I'm going to tell Mrs. Hagenmiller at school tomorrow, said Olivia sleepily. Good night, Mom. Good night, Dad. Good night, Olivia, said Mom and Dad. And that is the end of Olivia and the Easter egg hunt. That one was a little long, so we're going to go with a short one next. Thank you. Easter Bunny's Lost Egg. Hop, hop, hop. It's the Easter Bunny. Here comes the Easter Bunny. The Easter Bunny has a basket. He has a basket of eggs. In his basket are 5 eggs. He has 5 painted eggs. Let me think, said the Easter Bunny. Where will I hide my eggs? Where will I hide my 5 painted eggs? I will hide one under the porch. I will hide one under the rock. I will hide one under the bush, and I will hide one under the flower. And I will hide one under the tree. Now, let me think, said the Easter Bunny. Where did I hide my 5 painted eggs? I hid one under the porch. I hid one under the rock. I hid one under the bush. I hid one under the flower. But where did I hide my last painted egg? Let me think, said the Easter Bunny. Where did he hide it? Where do you think?
Under
the tree. Let's see. I think you're right. I will sit and think under the tree. Uh-oh.
What?
He sat on it. Whoops, said the Easter Bunny. That is where I hid my last painted egg. Hop, hop, hop. The end.
That's a short book.
That was a short one. Now we're going for a long one. Long, short, long. The Bronstein Bears and the Easter Story. It was springtime in Bear Country, and Brother and Sister and Honey Bear were thinking about Easter. Actually, they were thinking about Easter candy. They loved Easter candy. There were so many different kinds. They were even thinking about it on their way to Sunday school one fine spring morning. My favorite Easter candy is chocolate bunnies, said Brother. My favorite is marshmallow chicks, said Sister. Jelly beans, cried Honey Bear. Their Sunday school teacher, Mrs. Ursula, overheard them. I like the black jelly beans best, she smiled. But you know, there's much more to Easter than chocolate bunnies, marshmallow chicks, and jelly beans, black or otherwise. Sure, we knew that, said Brother. Sure, said Sister. Sure, said Honey. Oh, said Miss Ursula. Then why don't you tell the class all about Easter? Well, said Brother, scratching his head, it's about stuff in the Bible. Yeah, agreed Sister, Bible stuff. Stuff? Nodded Honey. Said Mrs. Ursula. Maybe it's time we learned a little bit about the Bible stuff. It happens that the Cubs in the next class are about to put on a play called The Easter Story. Can we watch, Miss Ursula? The Cubs asked. That's just what I was about to suggest, she said. In the next classroom, everything was ready. Scenery was set up, and the performers were in costume. One of them began to read the story out loud. Long ago in the Holy Land, there was a man named Jesus. He traveled to the countryside teaching about God and what God wanted for his people. Many listened to Jesus and followed him. Jesus was able to perform miracles. One time he turned water into wine. Another time he made a lame man walk. Jesus could do these wonderful things because he was the Son of God. He was called Christ, which is the name for a king. But Jesus' kingdom is the kingdom of heaven. Jesus sometimes made people angry. Many people found his teaching strange, and some doubted that he was the Son of God. Others worried about why he was called king. They were afraid that Jesus would become too powerful. Jesus was from a small country town, but he traveled all the way to the holy city of Jerusalem. One day, as he rode into the holy city on a donkey, crowds of people greeted him. They shouted, Hosanna, which means save us. The leaders of the city grew worried. Was Jesus becoming too powerful? One night, Jesus went into a garden to pray. While he prayed, soldiers were sent to arrest him. They took him to prison. Jesus was brought before a wicked judge. The judge asked Jesus many questions. He wanted to show everyone that Jesus was not a king. So he ordered Jesus to be put to death by hanging on a wooden cross. The day Jesus died was a terrible day. The skies grew dark and a great wind arose. All the people were afraid. After Jesus died, his friends took him away. They put him in a tomb that was closed with a great stone. Jesus was in the tomb for 2 days. On the morning of the third day after Jesus died, some women who knew Jesus came to weep at the tomb. They saw that the stone was rolled away and Jesus was gone. But an angel told the women, do not be afraid. He told them that Jesus was alive once more. Jesus came to visit his friends after he rose. They were amazed and fell down and worshipped him. Jesus told them they should spread the good news about what had happened. Finally, Jesus rose up to heaven to be with God his Father. The play was over. Everyone was quiet. Easter is about a lot more than candy, isn't it? Asked Sister. Yes, indeed, said Miss Ursula. Are there any questions? Yes, said Brother. Does this mean we shouldn't eat any Easter candy? Certainly not, laughed Miss Ursula. I wouldn't want to miss my black jelly beans either. It means that on Easter morning, after you get your Easter baskets, you'll all go to church to learn more about Easter. Hooray, the cubs said, and Hosanna, said Mrs. Ursula. He is risen. Amen to that, said brother and sister. The end.
Okay.
You want to say goodbye?
What? Bye.
Bye.
Bye. See you later.